I think the key for young people in terms of considering public life or anything that they do is to keep an open mind. If a college education is about anything, it is about a willingness to listen and to learn and to exchange views respectfully with one another. And I think that you don't have to come to agreement on things. People can differ in a civilized way. And I think that's partly what's being lost in the country is this sense on the part of too many political leaders in particular that they've got all the answers. As I like to tell people, I've worked for 8 presidents and I've known more politicians of both political parties than I can possibly count, and I never met a one who had a monopoly on revealed truth. And I just wish they were more open. And the reality is compromise is the foundation of our American Republic. The Constitution itself is a bundle of compromises. And so people who basically say my way or the highway, I think are destructive of America, because that's not the way we got to where we have in our successes, and it will prevent us from solving our problems. So I think this ability, this willingness to listen and not to pretend that you have all the answers, because you don't. And a great college education, such as people receive here at Yale, is, I think, fundamental to acquiring that skill. I think that I'm very worried about the liberal arts today, and partly because, particularly in public high schools, things like history and so on, government, are taught more and more infrequently. And you know, the founders' view was that that the only way a democracy could survive was through an educated citizenry. Well, education isn't just technical skills. It's history, it's economics, it's literature, it's being a civilized person. And I think that as budgets come under pressure and so on, and people are more concerned about finding jobs, that they wonder whether the liberal arts is the place to be. But I think that, you know, if I had it all to do over again, I certainly would major in history again. I think that the challenge before all institutions that have been successful and have been around for a very long time is to identify those traditions and those values that are core to what the whole place is about, and keep those while changing the things that are required to keep the university, the curriculum, the policies, and so on, modern. It is this balance between values and traditions that go back to the beginnings of an institution that have to be kept even as you modernize. And this was something that I faced in the Department of Defense. What are those values and those traditions in the services that have to be kept even as they adjust to a 21st century world?